Guys, good morning. Madman Mondello coming at you live from the Garden Garage here in beautiful Alabama. All right, we got a four console stream here. Okay, the first one we're going to start off with is going to be Ryan Mora. Okay, this here is a dual NAND model, and then we're going to follow it up with Mr. Bradley Foreman, and then we have good old Jason Berrios Perret, and we have Gavin Ives. Okay. Now, in this description on this thing, all right, there is a link, okay, to a startup video, all right, that tells you how to set it up on the network, goes through all the ins and outs of Aurora and Dash Launch and all that, and how to set up plugins and all that kind of good stuff. So please, click that link, watch that video. I will include the link in the emails that I send to you with your tracking numbers and all that. So please pay attention to that. So then that way, then you have no problem setting them up. Okay. Now, the first one, like I said, we got is Ryan Mora. Now, all of these are up on Alliance servers. They all have a 10-day trial of Purge. Okay, they got Bo2, MW3 Ghosts, and Advanced Warfare Offhosts, as well as GSC menus, Jiggy, and Sentinel. And of course, they come with College Football Revamped. Okay, for NCAA 14. All right, and it's version 14 on the mod itself. So pretty much you're all up to date, and you'll just be able to plug it in and play. So anyway, here we go. We're going to start off with Mr. Ryan Mora. Okay, now this here is a Jasper model. Now Ryan wanted a 2 terabyte version, which we did, and then he also wanted a Demon dual NAND. Okay, now this one here, as you can see, it has a little control panel on the front here. All right. It's lit up right now, which means that is going to be your hacked image. And when you press this button, that will give you your stock image to boot. Okay, you have a system drive on this thing, which is 64 gig. All right, for your original retail side. Okay, on the hacked image, you have the 2 terabyte hard drive on there. Okay, so they're completely separate. All right. With a dual NAND, you have got to keep, and I mean this, you have got to be able to keep the KV on the hard drive, okay? I'm going to show you what that is, okay? Because if you don't, you expose the retail NAND to a server, and, you can get it banned, all right? So you don't want to ban it, because then you have a worthless dual NAND, which it's still an RGH, but you can't go on, you can't play retail, okay? So anyway, to select your NAND, like I said, when you start it up, when you first plug it in, it's going to be on the hacked image, all right? But, all right, press the button. There's your hacked image. Press the button again. There's your stock image, okay? So we're going to start this up with the stock image. This is RGH 1.2, by the way. All right, so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to have you pay attention to the screen here. All right, now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to fire this thing up. Okay, now, in all rights, it should fire up without a problem, and which is what it's doing here. Now, this is the stock image on here, okay? Now, just to show you, here we go. All right. Now, just to show you here, I'm going to sync up this controller here. Okay, and as you can see, there is your stock image. There is your stock setup right there. All right, now, we'll test the network setting, and we'll make sure. Now I got a wireless adapter plugged in here, so we'll make sure that this all works. Okay, so we'll go ahead, we'll go to System, and then we'll go to Network Settings, and then we'll test the Xbox Live connection, and make sure that everything is right with the world. There you go. So we're testing the connection now, and hopefully everything will be all right. There we go. We got our network. It's tested. Good. We should have internet any day now. I love when it does that. Okay. And then, of course, it's going to connect, and there you are. Okay, so, the KV is good on this thing. All right, she's good to go on the retail side, which means you can play your retail games on the network, no problems. It's 2 consoles in one. All right, so we'll go back out of here, and we'll make sure that she's up and online. And there you are, and it's up and online. Okay, so there you go. That's your stock image right there. Like I said, you got a 64 gig system drive. You keep that in there for the original NAND. All right, now what we're going to do here is now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to shut it down. Okay. I'm going to say bye-bye to the stock image, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to select the hacked image. Okay, there you are. Okay, now also you can program the NAND through this with JR Programmer and everything. All right, because it got a UART on it. But unless you know what you're doing, stay away from that. Okay. So anyway, all right. So now we got the hacked image. We're good to go. I'm gonna power it on. All right. Now, hopefully with an insane amount of luck it'll boot, which it just did. All right. Now this is the hacked image. Now you will notice the fan speed's a little bit higher. Okay. You will also notice that this thing is now going to boot, and it's going to boot up into Aurora. Okay. And then it's going to load all of our titles and all that kind of good stuff and everything else. And you're going to see that you're on the server here. Okay. Welcome to Alliance. We're good. And there we go. And now we're going through all of our titles. Okay. Now, what we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this right here. Okay. Now look. Right now we're at show all. Okay. I'm going to hit the RB button. Xbox 360. Okay. Now as you can see, we start off with Xbox 360 dashboard and we work our way through. This is 2 terabytes of fun right here. All right. This thing is like completely loaded. You got all the Call of Duties, you know, Castlevania, Call of Juarez, okay, Defiance, so on and so forth. Fear, Family Guy, gotta have that. Gears of War series, okay, Grand Theft Auto series, Halo series, you know, Canon Lynch, your Batman Legos, all your Lego Star Wars and stuff like that. That's a good one right there. Lollipop Chainsaw, yeah, that's a good one. Okay, Lost Planet 3, Mafia, all that kind of good stuff, and of course NCAA Football 14 with College Football Revamped already on it. Okay, so you're all good to go. Version 14, Ninja Blade, Painkiller, all that kind of good stuff. All right, there you are. Resident Evil, a whole bunch of Resident Evil, so on and so forth. A bunch of wrestling, Sonic, Spider-Man, uh, pretty much everything that you need. It's all right there. So you got a ton of games on here, all kinds of wrestling stuff, so on and so forth. Now we'll hit RB. You got Xbox Live Arcade, and there's a ton of Xbox Live Arcade on there as well. All right, and then of course you have your homebrew section where your tools reside for the console, and then you have your classic games, and there's a bunch of classic games on here that play that's from the original Xbox. All right, and then of course you have some indie games on there, and your emulators. Okay, you got a ton of emulators on there as well. Over 8,000 ROMs. MAME plays everything. Sega, Game Boy Advance, NES emulator, Super Nintendo, so on and so forth. All right, and then we'll go back to show all. All right, and there you are. Okay, including Goat Simulator. Look at that. Ain't he cute? Now we'll go ahead. What we'll do is we'll go to Xbox 360 here. I'm going to go ahead, and what I'm going to do here is, let's see here. Where the heck is it? I know it's over here somewhere. There it is. All right, we'll make sure that she's up and on the dashboard. There you are. Welcome to Alliance Live. Okay, got it. Good. Ryan, there you are. You're up. You're online. You're live. Our beautiful eyeball-pleasing HUD. Okay. Over in our 5th tab, we have our Advanced Warfare cheats, Bo2 cheats, Ghost cheats, and Modern Warfare 3 cheats. Those are off-host menus that you can play without having to, or you know, online you can play without having to worry about, all the idiosyncrasies of like Jiggy and Sentinel, which are GSC menus and all that. To disable the cheat, hit A. To enable, hit A. They come enabled when you start the console up. All right, and then we're going to bring this back, and we'll bring this back to Xbox Home. So Ryan, this is one of 2 that you have because I'm building also a Star Wars edition for you, which I have, and we're going to be putting a 2 terabyte drive in that as well. Okay, which is, yeah, interesting. So anyway, there is your dual NAND. Okay, and it's a Demon dual NAND, like I said. All right, and you're all good to go. Everything is working perfectly on it. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to ship this off to you. It's going to get shipped out today, this afternoon actually, and also please. In the description, also in the email I send you, there is going to be a setup video on this thing. Please watch it, okay? Just so it gives you a complete insight to, how to use this thing, and also all the stuff that is available for it to be used with the computer and all that kind of good stuff too. So there you go. Ryan, thank you again for your business. I greatly do appreciate it, okay? And like I said, we're going to ship it off this afternoon. You'll have a tracking number this afternoon. Now, we're going to say goodbye to Ryan's here. All right, I'm going to unplug this mess. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the USB stick, and then we're going to ship that with that USB stick, by the way. All right. So on and so forth. Hey, Tyler, how are you? Kenneth, how's it going, man? Thank you. Hey, Kenneth, that's good, man. Like I said, these things are tough little species. You can't kill them. And they're a lot of fun. They're more for, really and honestly, these things were made to play offline as well as online. Now modding on them, yeah, of course, online, no problems. but also, you know, I mean, with everything that's available, it's not just modding online. You know, it's a full emulation machine, and it does all kinds of crazy stuff. So, Mr. Bradley Foreman, okay, you're up next. Yes, another fat. So I'm going to plug this thing in here. There we go. Now I'm going to plug the HDMI cord in. This is also RGH 1.2. All right, and then we're going to plug the power cord in. And this one is a 250 gig drive, by the way. So Bradley, there you are, brother. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire this puppy up, okay? And of course, it's not a dual NAND, so you're not going to get all the crazy stuff that Ryan had, of course. But anyway, as you can see, boots like a beast, boots just like a retail. Okay, RGH 1.2 for the fat has been around forever. That's thanks to Alexi 15432. Now, these other slim consoles, they're RGH 1.2, and that's thanks to Josh Davidson and his timing files and his brainiac stuff that he's done, his little PLL sniff himself. All right. Oh, God. But, yeah, it really makes a big difference on the slims with the RGH 1.2 because you can't beat it. The damn things boot like a retail. All right, so now, okay, here we are. We're booted up. Life is good. All right, so now what we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead. Well, okay, we're going to go through this thing, okay? Now, this is a 250 gig drive, I do believe. We'll go to File Manager and make sure. Yep, 228 is 250. The other 30 is actually for the operating system, okay? So, it's a 250 gig drive. All right, so we'll go ahead. Xbox 360 games, okay? Now you don't have as much, as, of course, as a 2 terabyte, but there's plenty on there, okay? As you can see, we start off with the Xbox 360 dashboard. We work our way through, okay? And as you can see, you got all your Call of Duties, your Battlefield, you know, Modern Warfare 2, Gears of War, Grand Theft Auto, okay, Halo, Halo Reach, Minecraft, NCAA Football 14, Red Dead Redemption, Resident Evil, and of course, back to the dashboard, all right? Now, you've got Xbox Live Arcade, okay, you got a ton of Live Arcade on there as well. And then, of course, you have your homebrew section where your tools reside. Pretty much same setup. You got some classic games on there. You don't have a lot. You got 2 of them on there. You know, I mean, as much as I can fit on a 250 gig drive. All right, and then, of course, you got your indie games with our famous Trailer Park King. Got to have that. Yeah. And then you have your emulators, okay? Again, same complement that's on the 2 terabyte drive. You got over 8,000 ROMs, okay? You got NES, you got Super Nintendo, MAME, Sega, Game Boy Advance, and back to NES, okay? And then, of course, we go back and we go to show all. There you are. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. We'll bring it up to the dashboard. Make sure that she's up and online and live. There you are. All right. Got it. Good. Okay. Bypass the sign-in. As you can see, up, online, and live. Our eyeball-pleasing HUD. And our 5th tab. Again, our Advanced Warfare cheats, BO2 cheats, Ghost cheats, and Modern Warfare 3 cheats. We'll bring this back. And there you have it. All right. So, Bradley, I want to thank you for your business, okay? I greatly do appreciate it and everything. Shipping off this afternoon with the other ones. And, you know, we're all good to go. And remember, Bradley, please pay attention to that link that I'm going to give you, and please watch it from start to finish while your console's being shipped, okay? That way, then, you already have an idea of what you have to do to get it up online, all right? So now, we're going to say goodbye to Bradley. I'm going to shut his down, okay? Pull the power cord, pull all this mess out. All right, now, what we have here is we have Mr. Jason Berrios Perret. Okay, now, Jason went ahead, he got a 1 terabyte model here. Now, this is a slim model. Now, this is RGH 1.2, by the way. All right, so it's got the new mod on it. It doesn't have the old RGH 2, where we have to finagle with the timings and all that kind of good stuff to get it to boot, because RGH 1.2, thanks to Josh finding that PLL, okay, makes a big, gigantic difference. If you don't know what a PLL is, it's called phase lock loop for a reason, okay? And it's nice that it has a clock on it, all that happy nonsense. So anyway, here we go. Now, Jason, this is yours right here, okay? As you can see, we have a slim model on here, okay? Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fire this puppy up, all right? Now, you will notice that this thing will boot like a retail, okay? Now, as soon as we get the no signal, there we are, system booted, just like the Fats. Same thing, okay? You could boot it multiple times, and it will always boot the first time. It's crazy, all right? But that's RGH 1.2. Thank you, Josh Davidson. I can't thank you enough for that. The guy really did something real good for the community. Really cool. All right, now, As you can see, okay, we're good to go. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to check this for file manager. Yep, and you got 1 terabyte right there. Okay, there you are, 926.5 gig. Okay, now some of these hard drives say 500, some say 250 on them. Doesn't matter, okay, because the hard drive itself is replaced inside. Okay, so don't pay any attention to what's on the freaking stamp on the sticker or whatever, the freaking hard drive. I had some people say, "Oh man, you screwed me. You gave me a 120." No, I didn't. Look here, and you will see under File Manager the size of the hard drive. Oh, I'm sorry. You think I could fit all that on that drive? All right. So anyway, Jason. Okay, as you can see, here we are on show all. Now, what I'm going to do here, all right, we'll go to Xbox 360 games. Start off, Clay. We got Xbox 360 dashboard. We work our way through. There's your Battlefield, your Call of Duties. Okay, you don't have as much as the 2 terabyte, but close enough. MMA, Gears of War, Fight Night, Grand Theft Auto series, Halo series, Kane and Lynch, Madden, so on and so forth. Bunch of basketball on here. Bunch of football on here. Okay, you got NCAA 10, 12, 13, 14, NHL 12. Okay, of course, this has college football revamped on it as well. Everybody loves college football revamped. That's all I get in the notes. Please put college football revamped on this thing. I'm like, oh, comes with it anyway. Okay, always does, always have, always will. Okay, so on and so forth. And as you can see, all right, we got a ton of stuff on here. It's still going. And of course, Wolfenstein, wrestling on there, All Stars. I mean, it's packed full. Okay, now Xbox Live Arcade. Yep, you got a ton of Live Arcade on there as well. Your homebrew section where your tools reside, of course. Your classic games, and you got a bunch of classic games on here. Grand Theft Series, Knockout Kings, Madden, so on and so forth. Now, some of these don't have title artwork. That's just because it's not available, okay? But the game still works, of course. And then, of course, we have our indie games, okay? Where you got some indie games on there. Yeah, what not to do, okay? You want to have this, but you don't want to have that, and you definitely don't want to have that, okay? That would be bad, okay? So on and so forth. All kinds of indie games on there. There you go. All right, emulators. You got the full complement, of course, over 8,000 ROMs on there. Okay, Super Nintendo, NES, Game Boy Advance, Sega, MAME. Back to Super Nintendo, back to NES. There you go. All right. Now we'll go ahead, go back to show all, and of course there it all is. And then we'll go over here, and we'll go to the Xbox 360 dashboard. Make sure this puppy's up online, in which of course it is. Got it. Good. Bypass the sign in. As you can see, it's up, it's online, it's live. Our beautiful eyeball-pleasing HUD. Over in our 5th tab, we have our Advanced Warfare cheats, BO2 cheats, Ghost cheats, and Modern Warfare 3 cheats. So on and so forth. Okay, and then we'll go ahead, we'll bring this back to Xbox Home. That will take us back to Aurora. Alright, so there you have it, okay? Now, Jason, thank you for your business, man. Greatly do appreciate it. Shipping it off, going off this afternoon. Okay, you have a tracking number in the email. You will also have a link to that startup video as well, just like you have a link to it in the description on this video here. Alright, so we're good to go. I'm going to shut this down, and then we have good old Mr. Gavin Ives. Okay, Gavin's a really cool person. Okay, I've known Gavin for a while here. Let me go ahead. We're going to plug his console in. Alright, Gavin, here's your puppy right here. Okay, now, Gavin, we're going to go ahead. RGH 1.2, of course, for the Slim. And I'm going to fire this puppy up. And it should boot just as fast as the other one, in which it just did. There you go. Never fails. Best damn booting consoles I've ever seen. I mean, I've had Insta-booters with RGH2, of course. I always pride myself between 1 to 3 cycles that they boot. But this is just, off the chain. Alright, so. Alright, now, and Mr. Gavin, okay, we'll go ahead, and what we'll do is we'll sync up the controller right here. Alright, there we go. And let's see what you got here. File manager. Yep, you got a 250 gig drive on there, as you can see. Okay, and of course, we go ahead and we will go into Xbox 360. Start off at the dashboard, work our way through Battlefield 4, bunch of Call of Duties on there, Modern Warfare, World at War, Gears of War, lots of war, okay? Theft Auto, Halo Reach, Halo Wars, Halo everything, okay? And then, of course, NCAA Football 14, College Football Revamp, version 14, Okay? Dead Redemption, Resident Evil, so on and so forth, and we're back to the dashboard. Alright, Xbox Live Arcade, you got a bunch of Live Arcade on there as well. Your homebrew section where your tools reside. Your classic games, you got a couple classic games on there. Your indie games, you got some indie games on there as well. And of course your emulators, you got a full complement of emulators on there, as you can see. And we'll just go ahead, we'll skip back to Xbox 360, start up the dashboard, make sure that this thing is online and live. Yep, there you are, you're good to go. Got it, good. Bypass the sign in. And as you can see, it's up, it's online, it's live. Our beautiful eyeball-pleasing HUD. Fifth tab, once again, Advanced Warfare cheats, BO2 cheats, Ghost cheats, and Modern Warfare 3 cheats. Disable, hit A, enable, hit A. Pretty easy. Bring that back, go to Xbox Home, there you are. Gavin, I want to thank you for your business, man. I greatly do appreciate it. Thank you for your patience, okay? As you all know, I have been remodeling my bathroom due to a busted pipe, which has been fun for me, okay? Yeah. As much fun as getting your nuts caught in a car door and then some. So, I don't recommend remodeling bathrooms, okay? It's not fun, especially when you get to play with tile and you have a bad day of Tetris with tile. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Gavin, there you go, bro. Thank you very much for your business, man, okay? Shipping it off, okay? You'll have it in about 2 to 3 days, all right? So we're going to shut this down here. Now, also, another note for you guys, okay? Just so you know, we're going ahead, and what we're doing is we are making a module. So this thing will automatically download, okay, the latest NCAA College Football Revamped mod. Yes, if you're on our server, okay, I'm going to include a standalone module, okay, which is going to be put in the plugins, and I'm going to post a link to it, okay? What this puppy will do is it will hash check NCAA 14 against the files that are to be downloaded off of the College Football Revamped GitHub, okay? And what I'm going to do is my system is going to automatically go ahead, and if there's a new file, it's going to hash it against the old one. It's going to find out if there's any differences, and if there is, it's going to download it to the server, which is going to download to your console. That way, then, and it's going to notify you saying, "Do you want to update?" And you're going to hit yes. Now, of course, it's going to check and make sure that you're not playing the game, because you don't want to update it while you're playing the game. That's not a good idea. Okay, you know, and it's also a 5 gigabyte transfer. So it'll be just like downloading like updates for GTA or BIA or Black Ops or whatever, okay? It'll be just like downloading updates for that. But however, though, it's going to be in the background, okay? And if the system isn't running, okay, what it's going to do, it's going to automatically, you know, download the update, okay? Because they're always pushing off updates, and it's a pain in the butt. And, you know, you got to sit there with a computer, you got to update it and everything else. Well, this will take care of that, okay? Also, if you disconnect for some reason, if it crashes on you or something like that, right, okay? That's okay, because it will hash check the files anyway, compare the files, and it will pick up from where it left off, so you don't have to re-download the whole damn thing, okay? So anyway, that's thanks to my dev who has been working on that and has got it working, and it's just going to be a plugin. You're going to put it in a plugin, and in Dash Launch, you're going to select it, put it in plugin 4 wherever, okay, or your JRPC folder, okay, and pretty much, you know, once you put it on there, it'll be loaded, and it will only operate when there is an update, okay? You know, so you don't have to worry about it taking up bandwidth or anything like that. So just a little thing for you guys just to know, all right? So anyway, guys, listen, thank you all for your business. Greatly do appreciate it. I got a bunch of consoles I got to build, so I'm building. Anyway, you all have a good day. I'm going to holler at you later. You all take it easy. God bless. Thanks for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Guys, have a great day. Talk to you all later.